Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, we finished Salat al-Asr on time. Alhamdulillah, I did not miss my jama'ah. As you remember on the part 1 of this, walking to Salat al-Asr from home, I was worried I was going to miss the Salat. And as you see me, we are still wearing masks in our masjid. So it depends where you are. Some places they're still imposing people to wear their masks, and some don't, so it depends where you are. So whatever happens, so you follow the rules. If the masjid that you're going, they're saying you have to wear mask, so you have to follow the rules, because Islam and Muslim, you have to be the people who don't break the laws. So if your masjid requires you to wear mask, so you have to follow that. Same way as when you go to other places like government buildings, when you're trying to do your passport and do your paperwork and other stuff, so you watch it, so you become very careful and follow other people's rules. But when you go to the masjid, the rules do not apply to you. So it's not gonna be fair. So inshallah, follow the rules as if you are going to follow the rules of other places. So alhamdulillah, so we finish. Bismillah tawakkalna ala Allah wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So I'm going back home now, walking. Inshallah, I'm gonna try to take another path, so you get to see different things that you saw before as I was walking. And I don't know if I'm holding the camera properly so that you can see me talking while I'm walking at the same time. I still have to learn so much about vlogging, so may Allah help me and do it the right way, and always become inspired to people to do good, inshallah. My main objective is to inspire myself to do good first and foremost, and to help others too as well. So alhamdulillah, it has been a good Monday so far. So quiet where I live, and this also reminds me of the people who live and their life is in a country that whereby the rules of Islam, the rule of the law is Islam. And so they have these tremendous unlimited opportunities whereby they can pray on time. This is number one, privilege that you have. Everybody dresses modestly. People know what to make ihtiram, like taking care of the people who are supposed to be taken care of, such as our women, our sisters, when they are among the roads, the streets, the market. They take care of themselves by putting on a proper hijab so that they don't disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the men folks, the men, they also respect them for that. So you have so much ni'mah, favors that Allah gave you where you live. You can even, mashallah, hear the adhan to remind you. You don't even need clocks or watches or timers. You have the adhan out loud. You get to hear the adhan. You get to go to the masjid, pray your salah, come back and continue with your life. When it comes to food, all the restaurants, you don't have to worry about if this meat has been slaughtered Islamically or not. And the people in the West, they have so much they are missing out on. Alhamdulillah, they may have opportunities in terms of worldly things like work and jobs and peace and daily necessity that they can get, whether it's water, electricity. So it all depends, what you really think is more important to you. So sometimes in life you can't get everything. So whatever you get, you say Alhamdulillah. So what do you think of the West, that Western life, life, and versus the people in the Eastern, or maybe you can say Islamic states, or at least a place that people they have been given the rights? Like in Africa, most of the African nations, alhamdulillah, the government might not be a Muslim, government, but alhamdulillah, they respect each other. They give the opportunities the Muslims to make their adhan, to make their madrasas, Muslims to live their life as Muslims, enjoy life just as the rest. And alhamdulillah, this is a big blessing, whereby when you go other places which is 100% Islamic, so the rule of law becomes Islam, Sharia, stuff like that. So you get to see the difference, I mean, evil exists any place you go in this world. Evil exists anywhere. It exists here where there is no Islamic law, and where there is Muslims and Islamic Sharia in that particular country. You know yourself where you are. Evil exists as well, because human beings, we get to do mischief and evil throughout when we were created. But alhamdulillah, with the guidance of the book of Allah, the guidance of religion, the guidance of prophets that came, alhamdulillah, you get to control yourself and become always put yourself in the right path. Each time you go astray, so you put yourself in the right path all the time. So alhamdulillah, it has been a challenge for both of us, whoever lives in Western society and not. The challenge is always there. We can see it from our children too. We raise them properly, and sometimes yet they fall off from the tree, far away, and you have to come back and always remind them with the availability in abundance, all the devices that we have, the internet connection, so they get to see and learn things that we don't even want them to know in a certain age and a certain time. We try to avoid them not to learn and know them. Everything comes in its time. Just as the way when you were born, you didn't quickly start walking, so you had to slowly start crawling, and then by the time you start how to stand up by yourself without any support, and then you start taking one step at a time, and then you start running a little bit, and now mashallah, you are strong, you are independent. So the religion is the same thing. You get to learn slowly, inshallah, one thing at a time, and hopefully Allah will guide you if you want guidance. Because if you don't want guidance from the start, then there's nothing to guide you, right? So you have to open up yourself, always make dua, Allah to guide you, find you good friends, find you places that always remind you of your religion. I mean, your sustenance, your risk, Allah has guaranteed that. Even though you still have to wake up early in the morning every day, if you are a morning shift person, or if you're afternoon or night shift, you still have to get up and go to work and find your risk, your sustenance. But Allah already guaranteed that. But you cannot just sit down and say, the food and the money and whatever you need is going to come down from the sky. That's not how Islam teaches us. So alhamdulillah, everybody has tests wherever you are, whether it's financially, whether it's your health, whether it's geographical location where you are. Some people are living in Islamic environment and they wish to live in non-Muslim environment because of the the misunderstanding of thinking when you are in another place it's always better. As they say, the grass always looks greener on the other side. So until you come and you see yourself what you had before, maybe you had a good life, you had Islamic environment surrounding you, you have masajid, you have adhan being told out loud. Nothing stops you from practicing your religion. You go everywhere, everybody looks almost the same. You know, the men, the women, you know, they all share one thing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as their God, as their Lord. And now you come to a place that there's nothing like that. You know, even if you tell the people, they're like, please leave us alone. You know, we don't need any God. We manage things on our own. And that's the belief of many in the Western society. Whatever they get, whatever they accumulate, they think it's coming from their own, you know, strength and smartness.